Hi everyone, my name's Alexa, and today I'm going to be talking about some concepts in systems analysis and design. So as part of the requirements analysis phase, the training needs of the project must be established so that they can be budgeted for early on in the planning phase. So in the training phase, one of the major deliverables is having clear and concise user manuals and documentation, which is very important for the users later on. The documentation should not be overly technical and should be written in a way that the user can understand. There are a couple different training strategies that can be used. One-on-one or group are the two main ones, and this is really dependent on what's best for the situation. Now, in the training phase, this is primarily going to involve the systems analysts. They are the individuals that are responsible for supporting the end users in this process. And depending on how successful they are, this will affect end user performance with the system. They should also be sure to have ongoing support for end users because it is likely that they're going to have questions on the system later on. So throughout the course, we have discussed the importance of having a strong project manager, and there are many important skills that a project manager must have in order to deliver a successful project. So some important qualities is that they have to be able to create accurate estimates. So there's estimations in regard to the schedule, the budget, the resources that are required for the project. All of these are essential because they can lead to either project success or failure. The project manager should also be very comfortable with using modeling tools such as Gantt charts, which we've discussed and used throughout the course, as well as PERT charts. And these are very useful in estimating task durations when they're very complex tasks or the duration is not known. The project manager should also be a very strong leader. They're ultimately responsible for the outcome of the project, and they're the ones controlling the project. So they have to be able to lead the team effectively. They must have business skills as well as people skills because they need to manage and handle different situations and conflicts that arise throughout the project. They have to be a strong communicator, and they should also encourage the team to communicate any issues that occur during the project. They also have to be an analytical thinker. So for example, if a task is late, they have to think of another solution or change the order of tasks. They can't just ignore the situation or cancel the project. They have to think analytically. They also have to be a strong motivator so that their team is encouraged to complete the project and there's strong morale. Some other concepts we have discussed is the importance of the planning phase, specifically understanding what the requirements are of the system early on in the project. These have to be established and signed off on by all the stakeholders. So in this process, there's a variety of methods for requirements gathering, and these should be chosen by the systems analyst depending on the project and the situation and what would be the most beneficial. So some of the ones we have talked about are interviews, questionnaires, data collection, discovery prototyping, and all of these have positives and negatives. So it's really up to the systems analyst to choose one or two or a combination of any of them to really get the requirements and understand the information that they need to collect. One area specifically that we haven't really addressed in this course, and I feel is a very important area, especially in healthcare, is the idea of usability. So in healthcare, these health IT systems, sometimes they're not designed with the end user in mind, which is really an issue. So we have talked about involving all necessary stakeholders in the design and even the planning phase of a project. It is very crucial that clinicians are involved in the design of a health information system. They're going to be using this system every day. It's part of their workflow. It has to be something that comes easy to them and they're not struggling to use. So there are a couple major areas where usability challenges come out. So one major area is the idea of alerts. So alerts are meant to really draw attention to a specific characteristic of a patient. But in many situations, alerts are being thrown at the provider where it's almost inadequate. It's overwhelming to them. They're not paying attention to the alert because there's no value in the alert anymore because they're always getting them. So in this case, it can be dangerous if a life-threatening alert, say a patient is allergic to a specific medication, they ignore it, it can be life-threatening. So these alerts should really be designed to be effective, not overwhelming, and the clinician should also know the importance of acknowledging these alerts. So I just want to say thank you for a great semester. I really enjoyed working with everyone, and I hope to meet you all in the future.